Welcome to the Inspiring Women of Iowa podcast, a special series amplifying the stories of the Inspiring Women of Iowa finalist. Inspiring Women of Iowa is an annual event hosted by Girl Scouts of Greater Iowa with the goal of celebrating women of courage, confidence, and character who are making the world a better place. Why does that sound familiar? Well, because it also happens to be the mission of the Girl Scouts, where they believe society is better because strong women show girls that anything is possible. This event was created by Girl Scouts of Greater Iowa in 2017 to celebrate women in our community and share their stories while raising support for the Girl Scout programs that build the next generation of inspiring women. 16 individuals are celebrated annually with the Courage, Confidence, Character, and Inspiring Advocate for Women awards. I'm your host, Sarah Noel Wilson. I am a business owner, a champion of women, and I'm also a proud Girl Scout alum, so massive love to Troop 238. And I am honored to have the chance to speak with these amazing, inspiring women and to share their stories with you. Joining me today is Ana Campos, who is nominated for the Courage Award. She is the compliance coordinator at Envoy American Airlines and a board member of the Des Moines School Board. Thanks for joining me, Ana.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so Ana, before we get into the work you do and the impact you want to make, just what else should we know about you as a human?
I'm a mom of six.
Ooh.
Yes. So four biological, and then during COVID, after my youngest of the four was in middle school, we decided to take a journey and become foster parents.
Wow.
So we saw a need in Des Moines with Latino or
Mm,
non-American foster
mm,
children. And so we decided we were going to do that. That was right before COVID.
wow.
And then we were planning on not babies. We didn't want babies. We wanted middle or elementary school age kids. COVID happened. I was working full time, so it's kind of hard to get those middle age, the elementary
Sure.
school foster kids because you would have to take time off of work, things like that. So we decided to do like littles. And then so out of that, we adopted our son Luca at 3 years old, and then he had a baby sister, and we got her at 4 days old.
Wow.
So now they are 8 and 3, and those kids are just amazing. I think they fit perfectly in our family.
I love that so much. That already, as people are listening or watching this, you can already start to see like Anna's heart and what's behind the work she does. So one of the things that we're asking all of the people who are finalists is, the fact that we all make an impact and talk to us about the impact that you hope to make and what drives that for you.
So a few years, it's been 3 years. We had a tragic event happen in our family. My 14-year-old daughter was uh, walking home from school, and she was hit on University Avenue and 17th Street, just blocks away from our house. And that was a week before her 15th birthday. And it was a hit and run situation. And as a mom, you could do two things. You can be down and depressed and go like a really negative way, or you could do a positive way. One thing that I saw, and I even saw it before because she wasn't the first one injured on that street or in that area uh, on University, but she was the first one that lost her life.
Mm,
And just growing up in the area, I knew that was a dangerous spot. And social media um, kind of helped me look into a different perspective of how that road is not safe. And I needed
yeah.
to do something because I didn't want another mom to have to deal with what I dealt with. That
Yeah.
pain is just unbearable. So I took it on to myself and helped with some family and friends to fight with the city and uh, w- I hate fight. I don't like the word fight.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
uh,
Advocate,
w-
inform,
Advocate,
educate.
yeah, and work with the city on making these streets safer for Des Moines. And Carl Voss is one of the city council members. Linda Westergaard is from the east side, and she's helped me out too. But Carl Voss got me talking to people in DC. It was Vision Zero that he wanted to bring into Des Moines to make the
Mm-hmm.
streets walkable. And with all that work, we've gotten that part of university down to a three-way lane. We've gotten the speed zones extended in the school, or the school zones. Uh, and hawk lights are going up around our schools to make our students safer. And that's one thing, because of that, that's one thing that I found that I had my voice that I never thought. I was just a mom. And I've always taught my daughters to defend themselves, to defend others, and never be a victim. And so now I had to show it, I had to practice what I preached, right? And so that's why I ran for school board.
Yeah.
And, safety is my life. I'm a compliance coordinator for a major US airline here in Des Moines, and my job is to make sure my staff is safe and our passengers are safe.
Yeah. That's incredible. Can you do me a favor? I mean, there's a lot that I'm like, whoa. Um, what is your daughter's name? Because as we've been talking with people who have lost, I'm like, I always want to honor and like let's say their name into the universe so people hear it.
Yeah, her name was Emma, or is
Emma.
Emma. Yeah.
Yeah, is Emma.
She would be a senior this year at East High School.
Got it.
So it's going to be bittersweet for those
Yeah.
graduations where I'm going to be present and her not being there, but giving her friends their diplomas.
Yeah. 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 This was there's a similar situation where somebody lost a child and they said very similarly, like the grief is hard essentially no matter what. And then at some point you have a choice. And I'm curious for you, what was that journey like of obviously world shattering devastation to I want to take action. Like I
Yeah,
need
it
to
was
activate
really,
this pain to protect.
yeah, it was really hard. And luckily, at that time, our foster daughter, she was still our foster daughter at that time, our Kaylee, our little daughter, she was a couple months old.
Mm,
And like, I literally, my world was falling apart and I had to take care of somebody.
yeah.
So I had to be there for her.
Yeah.
And, social media could be really negative and really hurtful. And I saw those messages saying, Emma should have walked the safest way home. She should have walked the crosswalk.
Mm,
Even from, DOT, we had a city council or meeting, a neighborhood meeting after the accident. And DOT says, well, she should have walked the safest way home, which the safest way was 14th and University, where you have that high traffic. You have
yeah.
three schools leaving at the same time. That's not the safest way.
Yeah.
And so a friend of mine helped organize a walk for Emma. And that was probably like a month or so after Emma's passing. And we invited city council members, DOT,
Mm,
anybody to come and walk in her shoes and see how it wasn't safe.
yeah. I love that. I love that you're like, okay, is this the game you're gonna play? Like, let's play this game. And now let's see. Because intellectually, also just uh I'm struck a little bit by the like absolute insensitivity
Yeah. And it's like
of that
you don't
response.
want to be a victim. And I felt like
Yeah.
I was going to turn into a victim hearing all this stuff. And I was like, no, I'm not going to let somebody do that to me. Like, I'm going to step up. And this is not me. I'm not a public,
Yeah.
I'm really humble. I work, I go home, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this new year, or the year after the accident, it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm a new person. Like, when I was nominated, when I got the email saying I was a finalist of the award, I was in the airport. I think I was in LaGuardia, and I was sitting there with my daughter, and the email came up, and I'm like, why did they nominate me? And she's like, do you not know what you've been doing? And I'm like, no, I'm just a mom.
Yeah. I mean, it's part of why we want to make sure that we give voice to each of you, because you aren't just, right? I mean, you are an amazing and incredible woman and an amazing, incredible mom who's making an effort. But what I love about the like humility is you're not doing it for
Hmm.
like your own gain. It's just like, no, this needs to change and I'm going to fight. And we didn't have somebody fight. And so like that's going to be my role. So Anna, who, you've been nominated as an inspiring woman of Iowa. Who inspires you?
When I got that question, it was kind of hard to figure out,
Mm.
or pinpoint who. There's so many
You can have
people.
so many. Yeah. In this
Yeah,
moment, who comes to
yeah,
mind?
there's so many people that come about, and right now it's these young girls,
Mm.
our elementary school kids, our high school girls that are fighting for their voice. My daughters like inspire me. Um, right now, honestly, I'm in love with the president of Mexico.
Yeah.
She is like a rock star. And so um, I think the people that we've been voiceless for so many years and we've now came about and using our voice, those are the people that inspire me every day.
Yeah, I love that. Which leads really beautifully into the last question I want to ask you, which is we know people will be listening and hearing your story at the event. We know they'll be seeing it on social media. We know that they'll be hearing it in this conversation. What is one message, and not like the one, but what is a message you want to leave people with who are listening?
The one message is for the young girls. The girls are in Girl Scouts. Don't, in Spanish, I have to say the word in Spanish
Mm,
because I don't know really
say
what
it.
it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, no te hagas por vencida. Like, don't speak up for yourself. You
Mm,
know, defend what you want. If you have an idea, if you are having a hardship, use your voice. Make sure people are listening.
I love that. And we need those voices that have been silenced for so long.
Hmm.
Anna, for people who might be interested in the work you're doing, who want to connect with you, what's the best way for people to connect with you?
I am on social media. I am starting a podcast. I'm not as professional. So
Well,
it's
you
in
let
the
us know how we
works.
can help you.
Yeah, it's in the works, and that's something I want to do for 2025. And it's called Not Your Normal Latina Mom.
I
Yes,
freaking love it. And my sister-in-law might be somebody who you should like connect with.
yes. I am on TikTok at Not Your Normal Latina Mom, and then on Facebook, they could reach out to me on my school board Facebook page, which is I think it's just Anna Campos DMPS School Board.
Okay. No, that's awesome. Thank you so much for doing the
Yes,
work you're
thank
doing.
you.
And there's so much power. Like I mean, obviously it was like a phoenix rising hearing you talk. Like I didn't used to step into my voice and then having your world burn down, basically. And then
Yeah.
emerging from that with clarity and strength is, um, yeah, it's it's like a phoenix rising. So thank you for the work you're
And
doing. The 2025 Inspiring Women of Iowa event will be held on May 9th at the Meadows Events and Conference Center. To purchase tickets and get more information about supporting this event, please visit inspiringwomenofiiowa.com. And all proceeds from this fundraising event stay 100% local to benefit Girl Scouts of Greater Iowa and their mission to build up girls of courage, confidence, and character who will make this world a better place. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your support.